Hi guys, in our last class I had promised that I was gonna record a video of me adding a disk to a system, adding a hard drive, a disk, file system. So I'm gonna go ahead. This is our Ubuntu. I have an Ubuntu server right here, Ubuntu desktop actually, and I'm gonna click there. I have just one drive, so let me open my terminal first thing. Let's switch to root user. Put in my password. I'm now as a root user. So let me increase my font size for you guys. So I'm going to do an lsblk. So list all block devices. If you see, I have one drive. It's called SDA. I'm going to add a second hard drive. Remember, this is to add the drive and then mount it or add a second hard drive. So I'm going to come here, right click here, and I'm going to go to manage or to settings. I'm going to click on add. I'm going to choose hard disk. I'm going to use the recommended one, iSCSI. Next, and then I'm going to create a new virtual hard disk. The size of the hard disk, just small hard disk. Don't just do a 5 gigabyte, something small. And the disk name is Ubuntu bit 0 VMDK. That's fine. I will not change this name. I'm going to click finish and click OK. Now, before when I did lsblk, I saw only one drive, this one. I'm going to do it again one more time. I still don't see the SDB. I see the first drive, which is SDA. I don't see the SDB yet. I have a script that I'm going to run to show me the hard drives. It's going to detect the new hard drives. Another option you could do would just be reboot the whole machine, but it's not the right approach of doing things. You don't want to reboot an entire machine. It doesn't make sense. We reboot only when it's absolutely necessary. I'm going to right click. I'm going to paste my script, echo this, and then you pipe it to T, C is class, whatever. So I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to paste this script or this command within the description of this video so you can get it. I'll give it a second or two to detect the drive. Okay, now I will do lsblk again. Now we see these guys. We have SDB. Now we have SDA for the first drive, SDB for the second drive. The next thing we're going to do is, I told you guys about the disk, right? This is like a big pizza, and you want to use a pizza, you want to eat a pizza, you're going to have to share it with so many people. In Linux, we call that a partition. So a disk is something like this. It's actually a CD drive inside, something like a CD. That round. And then if you have to use that disk, you need to create some partitions in order to be able to use the disk. So we could do this for the CD. Then we could create a bunch of partitions. Right, this one maybe Stans is gonna eat this pizza. Grace is gonna eat this one. They're just partitions. Say Tiffany is gonna eat this one. Let's say Sidonie is gonna eat this one. Frida. And then Terence has this partition. You can cut them into different little bits and do whatever you want to do with it. The same drive, partitions for everything. But in this case, I don't want to partition this drive. I just want to use the entire drive. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do to use the entire drive. So I'm going to come back over here, and we are going to go ahead. And the first thing we are going to do, we're going to create a file system on the drive. I told you guys that there are many types of file systems we have for ext2, ext3, ext4. I'm going to do an ext4 file system this time. To create an ext4 file system, say mkfs.ext4. You have to give the path where this drive is located. Remember, at the beginning of this class, when I was teaching you guys the Linux hierarchical structure, I told you that all drives are located under /dev, all devices. /dev mean under root. So this is gonna be SDB is gonna be under /dev. Then its name is gonna be what, SDP, and that's all. So I do mkfs.ext4/dev/sdb. So that's I hit enter. Look at what happens. It's creating a file system, creating file system, block, block, block. A file system determines how the files will be organized, how large the files will be, and all that stuff. And it's created it, and I've chosen the ext4 format for the file system. So if I do an lsblk, this is the drive, and I've created a file system. Okay, I will go ahead and mount that drive. So it's like you have a drive, you have a hard drive right now. Like I just created SDB, and I want to show you what mounting does. So this is a hard drive right here. It has a lot of things like my pictures, or bank accounts, bank info inside this hard drive. For me to ever access this drive to see all of this stuff, you have to do what we call mounting. Mounting, like you mount something. Mounting. Mounting is like connecting it to a directory or folder, and then we can go into that folder and see everything that's in this drive. For example, you have a can of juice right there for a little baby. The way you mount, let's say in real life, this can of juice is you make a hole here and then you connect a straw to that juice. As long as that straw is inside this juice, you can suck juice out of the juice box. The straw is inside the juice box to suck it. So you connect the straw in the juice box to extract the juice. So that's exactly what we do with mounting. So I'm going to show you guys. It's very straightforward and very, very easy, guys. So I'm going to show you guys how to do some mounting right now. So I'm going to go ahead. I want to create a directory under root called, let us call it my stuff. Do mkdir/my stuff. If I cd into /my stuff, and I do an ls, you see there's nothing inside, it's an empty directory. Okay, if I do df-h, that shows you all stuff that are mounted on your machine. You will see the normal ones, the SDA3, SDA2. These are partitions within that first drive, what was called SDA. For example, SDA3 is mounted to root, and it's used 13 gig, and there's 5.4 gig left. So I'm going to try to mount the one we just created. So the drive was called SDB. So I'm going to go ahead, let me do a cd .exit, clear screen. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do some mounting right now. I'm going to say mount /dev/sdb. So I give mount, I give space, and I give the name of the device I want to mount, and I give some space again, and then I put where I want to mount it /my stuff, and you hit enter. When you see no error message, that's a good sign. It means everything worked out fine. Then if I hit df-h, you will see that, hey, SDB is mounted to my stuff. This area, this side of the equation has the device. It's mounted. This is what it's mounted to. So I want to enter this drive that I just brought, a new drive. I would have to cd into my stuff. And if we look down here, we can just cd to my stuff. And then I can create some empty file. Let me touch mango love bear. Just touch a bunch of empty files. And let's see all of that stuff it's inside. It's mounted into that drive. Now I want to get out of my stuff. I do cd space dot to reverse one directory above it, and back to my location is root. To confirm, of course, print work directory pwd root. So now I will do df-h. As you see, this is it. Now if I want to remove this mount, I'm just going to do umount, and I give the path to the directory I want to unmount. This is a directory called my stuff. Bam, it's gone. If I do df-h again, guess what? There's nothing. SDB is gone. If I cd to /my stuff, When I do an ls, guess what? There's nothing inside. Everything that I had is gone, was in that drive. Now, if I want to bring it all back again, I just have to mount the drive again. And I'm going to do the same thing we did before. I'm going to just mount the drive is /dev/sdb, then space. I'm going to put the path where I want to mount it. My stuff. That's it. dev-h. You see, now my stuff is back again, ladies and gentlemen. And if I cd to my stuff, why am I cding to my stuff? I have to put /my stuff. Let me give the full path. If I cd to/my stuff, hit enter. There we go. Look, guys, I am in there. If I do an ls, now you see all those things that used to be there. Love Mango Office. So, guys, that is just mounting. Now, I'm going to show one final lesson. The last thing we'll do is I want to make sure that if this machine goes off, because the problem with this mount is, you see this stuff, if I reboot this machine, when it comes on, this thing will not be mounted. I want it to automatically mount. So we're going to edit a file called etc/fstab. It's another configuration file. It's a very important file, very critical file. If you make mistake in the etc/fstab file, it's a whole problem, because your system can become unbootable. You can lose an entire system. You'll have to fix it. Or there are many ways of fixing it, but again, that's just so much work. You don't want that to happen. So I'm going to try to mount the file system, and I'm going to make the file system mounting permanent. So I'm going to do I can use Vim or Nano. I know you guys have Nano. Let me just use Nano since I'm inside of Ubuntu. Nano/etc/fstab. That's the name of the file, fstab. It means file system table file. It holds all the mount point in Linux, all the mounting information. So that if your machine goes off and comes up, you can automatically come up with all those drives that you're trying to mount. Then I'm going to hit enter. Yeah, look. There you go. So it has a lot of information here. You might look intimidating, but it's very easy. I'm going to show you guys really, really fast. It's so easy. It just says the UUID, or don't worry about UUID, and I'll give you the absolute path. The drive, where do you want to mount it, what is the file system type, and then we put 0, 0, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and do something really quick for you guys. So Ctrl+C to cancel that. I'm going to put /dev/sdb. That was the drive. Where am I mounting it to my stuff? What is the file system type? It's ext4. And how do I want to mount it? I'm just saying default value. I say 0. Sorry, my typing has an issue. I'll say 0 space 0. That's basically it. If you just keep this method, it will save you from issues. Then I'm going to save it, Ctrl+S, Ctrl+X to exit. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a mount -A. That's going to mount everything in the etc/fstab file. Hit enter. I do the f-h now. Look at that. My stuff 1% use. For example, if I unmount it, you mount /my stuff. It's unmounted my stuff. The f-h, it's gone. You don't see SDB anywhere around here. Now if I do a mount -A, so I do the f-h. Mount -A means mount everything, that etc/fstab file. tf-h, look at that. Boop, it's back. If you reboot this machine and bring it on, this will automatically be mounted because we've added it into etc/fstab file. So this is how you manage storage in Linux, manage drives. It is actually storage management. So if I write df-h, it tells me about all the mounts, volume, the mount point, tells me whatever is used inside, what is free. If you look over here, I'm going to show you guys one real quick thing before I stop this video. If you look over here, all this part of the equation from here going down shows the drives. These are the drive SDB, and then this other drive, you see SDA, then 2, SDA3, they have been partitions. Remember I told you about the pizza, but I just use SDB without creating a partition. I'll show you another video on how to create a partition on Linux. So while here, it's talking about the size of the entire drive. This SDA3 is a 20 gig file. This one a 1.9 gig, but I'm interested in this one we just created. It's a 5 gig file, just 4.9. But they use some of the drive to create the file system, or the ext4 file system. This one is used 24 kilobytes, 4.6 gigabytes free, only 1% utilization, and the name where it's mounted is my stuff. If you want to enter into this one, I'll go to cd my stuff. If I wanted to get into this other one, this is the root directory, is mounted on the partition under SDA called SDA3 over here. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you have any issues. Thank you.